guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing another cook with me Dominican food, and today I'm gonna be making my beef empanadas with cheese inside. So here are the things you will need for this recipe, and it looks like a lot, but it really isn't. It's pretty simple to me, I think. So you're gonna need your homemade seasoning, and if you guys don't have sazon or sofrito, you guys can look at the link in my description box. My mom has a video of her making this exact one. You're also gonna need adobo, olives. This is actually oregano. Here we have black pepper, sazon de color de culantro y achiote, oil, wine, and then I mashed some fresh garlic, peppers of course, like my favorite thing ever to cook with, and some fresh cilantro. Of course, we're also gonna need empanada dough discs, and this is just the one I get. You can also choose to make your own dough, but that's just way too much work for me, honestly. So to season my brown beef, I'm gonna start with some wine, and this is just regular drinking wine, but you guys can use cooking wine. And the reason I'm using a little bit of wine is because I want to take the beefiness flavor out of the ground beef, especially since this has like a little bit of fat. I don't want it to taste like I'm just biting into a cow, if that makes any sense. Next, I'm gonna be using some adobo. And like all of my videos, everything is to taste. Like, I just stop when I feel like it, or when I feel like I've had enough. My black pepper. And here I have some oregano. This one is fresh, so I'm just gonna like twist it around my hands so that it becomes finer. Then I'm gonna have a little bit of my color seasoning. And now I'm just gonna blend it all together. Now that my meat is seasoned, I'm gonna begin chopping up my vegetables. I almost forgot about my onions. I'm gonna be chopping up a lot of onions as well. So I'm done cutting my onions. These are the strongest onions I've ever encountered. Like, I'm losing like a pint of tears right now. Sheesh. Turn on my stove. Now that my pan is heating up, I'm gonna put my oil. And it's gonna be just a little bit, because this meat does release a lot of fat itself. It sweats a lot of water also. Now that the oil is hot, I'm gonna be starting with my mashed garlic. Now I'm gonna do some of my homemade seasoning. Now I'm adding my vegetables. And I'm just gonna put in my meat and incorporate everything together. If you guys are wondering, I left my stove on medium heat because I don't want it to burn. So like on 7, between 6 and 7. And I'm checking on my meat. It's been about 3 minutes. and it's already released a lot of water, so I'm just gonna keep breaking it up into the small chunks. So I suggest that you guys start breaking up your meat earlier in the process, right when you drop it into the pan, because I got a little distracted and waited too long. So by the time I tried to break it up, it had already formed hard meatball chunks, and it was the struggle to get them loose. So the process of cooking and tenderizing this meat is to let the juices dry out of the meat, and then you want to add water, and with water you add salt to balance out the saltiness, but instead I add adobo because adobo already has salt in it. Once you've added water and tasted if it had enough salt, you want to dry out the meat again. And I repeat this step until my meat is fully cooked, and it only took me 2 times of putting water and drying out the meat, and sometimes you don't even need to do this step because the meat already comes so juicy. So right now I'm chopping up some olives to put in my empanadas, and I know a lot of people don't like olives. This is definitely optional, you don't have to, but I like olives a lot, and I actually go into my pantry when I'm craving them and I just eat them by themselves. Now I'm putting in those olives and the leftover onion that I chopped up and just mixing it in as well. So there is no liquid left, and my meat did get a chance to brown and cook more, so it's ready. And I'm gonna turn off the stove. Now I'm gonna open my dish and start filling these up. I'm just gonna put some in the center, and these empanada discs are the smaller ones, but you guys can buy the bigger size. And I'm gonna try to stuff these as much as I can. Fold it over and flatten it with my finger. And then I'm gonna close the borders with a fork. And this is what it looks like. Now I just turned on a pan to high heat, and I'm gonna pour in my oil, and this oil looks like that because it's recycled. And I'm just gonna let that heat up. Frying my empanadas, and this is how they look. They look nice and crispy, and I'm gonna go ahead and try one. Hot, hot, hot. This is what it looks like inside. It's really good. And at the end I added a whole bunch of lemon because it kind of smelled weird, and the lemon just added like a kick to it. I can't stop eating it. Okay, I'm done making you guys hungry. So that is basically it for this cook with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you try this recipe. I know it has a lot of steps and ingredients, but trust me, it's worth it because it's really yummy. And if you're one of the people that puts raisins in their empanadas, please stop today. If you have an aunt that puts raisins in her empanadillas, please tell her to stop. We are canceling raisins forever, because honestly, I personally love raisins, but if you put it in your beef empanadas, you are just not functioning at a normal capacity. So no, I'm just kidding. No, but really, like, if you guys are putting raisins in here, just don't talk to me. So I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.